So here's my mining machine design for the TPPI2 pack. This is just using the default mods, nothing else has been added. We got a Open Computers robot, and drawbridges are kind of the basis of this design. This is a drawbridge here. It just gets a dirt block placed in the camo slot from this mining well when it initially mines. The two on the bottom are standard drawbridges. The one on the top is an advanced one. So ender chests, mining wells, and this one up here in the first slot has a transfer node, and then all the rest of the slots are X Utilities energy pipe. The energy pipe seems to work well with the drawbridges. Anything else like the thermal expansion power transfer ducts, I forget what they're called, flex ducts, I don't even think it will let you put them in there. And if you do put them in there or manage to put them in there with pipes or something, they won't come out. Unfortunately, the Tesseract is only transferring energy. I wanted to get it to transfer the items as well, but you can't stuff Tesseracts inside drawbridges. And the same goes with item transfer. I couldn't set up any kind of pipes to transfer items into the Tesseract. You can use ME interfaces inside the drawbridge, so if I had the robot place down a bunch of Applied Energy 6 equipment, that would be possible to have like it place a storage bus directly onto the Tesseract itself. However, that's a little more kind of unnecessary work, I think, and just remember every time the robot moves or does something it uses power, and that would be a lot of extra movement, therefore a lot of extra power. The robot itself is set up with several different cards to allow it to output a redstone signal on the front, the right, and the bottom. The front and the right, because when you see it right there, it makes that right turn to place a Tesseract. It still needs to keep a constant signal in order to keep these energy pipes pushed out. And it also has an inventory controller upgrade that's used for switching tools. One thing about the Open Computers robots is they do have to use the correct tool for harvesting items, so it uses the crescent hammer for the Tesseract and a pick to pick up the drawbridges. It does take damage, the tool does take damage, so using the fastest auto repair pick possible seems to work fine. This pick has been in there since the start and it hasn't taken any damage. It's taken damage, but it's repaired all of it through the Mossy upgrade just fine, so no problems there. I do need to add more solar panels to the robot, which might mean downgrading the hard drive or memory a little bit, which is fine. The little program I'm using right now barely uses anything, but it's unable to keep up even with the daytime set to eternal like it is right now. I guess ideally I would set this up in a Mistcraft world with eternal day, and should work pretty well. The other thing I want to do is maybe set it up with a charger in case it rains or it for some reason runs out of power from solar. It can maybe place a charger next to that Tesseract to gain some extra power if need be. The last thing is I want to set it up so it mines in a spiral like this. I have basically a very similar setup, but with just a single Tesseract and a mining well that did just this. It just goes around like this from a center point and mines outwards. I want to do the same setup with this so that when you place it in a world, it doesn't generate a bunch of unused chunks worth of ore on either side. It basically starts and just mines outwards, and therefore it's a lot more efficient use of your world size. But got a long way to go and a lot of work to do on it, but I thought I would just show off the design here. Thanks for watching.